suffer from chronic pain, that could be a good reason for you to be prescribed these medications. However, you know, one thing doctors don't tell you, and I know this from experience, as I've mentioned before in some of my other videos, I used to be on disability, and one of the things that was a problem for me was I had fibromyalgia, chronic pain. I have arthritis in my whole spine, and you know, I've had a couple back surgeries. I mean, I could go on this list of, you know, what I've had go on with me, but I had so much pain. The pain was just absolutely intolerable, and just devastating to my life. And the more pain I had, the more I focused on pain. The more I focused on my pain, the worse my pain was. And first of all, doctors don't really tell you this. They don't tell you that if you focus on your pain constantly and keep thinking about it, which is so easy to do when it's like killing you, you know, when you're having pain all the time, how can you think about anything else? But if you can get your mind off that pain, number one, you will have less pain. The more we think about it, the more we focus on it, the more we pay attention to the pain, the more pain we have. Now, here's another very important thing that the doctors never told me. I was going to you know, a couple different pain management doctors. I mean, this is how bad my pain was. I used to get injected, what was it, like in the beginning, I think I could go like 3 months without injections, but we're not talking just one shot. I would get 30 shots up and down, you know, in my trapezoid area and all up and down my spine area, because I had chronic muscle spasms. They had prescribed me medication that they would prescribe to somebody who had multiple sclerosis, because apparently people with multiple sclerosis get these horrible muscle spasms all over that were very similar to what I was experiencing. However, I did not have multiple sclerosis, and I do not have it. But I was having muscle spasms very similar to that, and you know, just very rigid. My muscles were just so tight and constricted, and just incredible pain comes from muscle spasm, especially when you have multiple ones all over your body. So I used to go and I would get injections, 30 of them in different areas. They would do trigger point injections where they would inject, they wanted to inject steroids in me, but I was against steroids. I had been on steroids once and it caused me to gain a lot of weight, and I was not willing to risk gaining more weight, so I really try to avoid steroids unless if it's something that I am going to die without. I do not want steroids. So they had told me, my pain doctor, that they could inject me with a grain alcohol that would kill the nerves in my back and my body, and you know, these nerves would regenerate, but for about 2 to 3 months, depending on how long. Some people it lasts longer, some people it doesn't. It would temporarily kill these nerves, and I wouldn't experience the pain that I was having, which was amazing to me. I mean, that really helped me. But it was extremely painful to go through. I mean, sometimes I would turn green, you know, and almost vomit, because, you know, getting the shots was almost not quite as bad as the pain, obviously, or I wouldn't have done it. But so anyway, but you know, I just dealt with this horrible pain. I was prescribed so many different medications. I had muscle relaxers. I was on, you know, 2 different types of pain medications. I was on just so many things. They had me on morphine. They had me on oxycodone. You know, Percocets, that was before, and just pretty much I've taken multiple different kinds of muscle relaxers and pain medicines back in, you know, this time frame. And I lived on pain medicines for 10 years because I was suffering in chronic pain for 10 years, to where, you know, I thought I couldn't live without these pain medicines. And this is, you know, the doctors kept prescribing them very easily, and I'm not blaming my doctors, because I mean, I would go in there just dying in tears and begging them to help me. So, you know, and if that's really what they thought would help me, then okay, great, thanks. But I went to a pain doctor once here in Rochester, New York, where I live, and it wasn't my normal doctor. It was a different doctor, and he looks at me and he goes, you know, these pain medicines you're taking are actually causing you to have more pain. And I'm like, no, they don't. What do you mean? You know, why would my doctors be prescribing me pain medicines like this if this is actually making me worse? That makes no sense. And he's like, really, I want you to really hear this, because you know, I'm telling you, these pain medicines are causing you to have pain. And this is why you're never going to stop having pain. And he's like, if you would slowly, you know, go off them, little by little, you will see that you do not have as much pain. And at the time, I really didn't want to hear what he was telling me, because how could he tell me that somebody was prescribing me medicines that were actually making me worse? But then I thought about it, and I'm like, well, what if he's right? Because living with this pain sucks. It really sucks, and there's no quality of life. So why not try it? So I slowly weaned myself off the medicines. And little by little, I started noticing I was having less and less and less pain, to where I completely weaned myself off them. And let me tell you, I've been off the medicines now, I think it's been like 7 years now I've been off pain medicine. And I don't need them. I don't need them. I don't use them. You know, every once in a while I may use some Advil, but rarely. It has to be pretty darn bad for me to use Advil, and yet nowhere near as bad as my pain used to be. So I'm sorry, that doctor is right. So if you are on pain medicines, please, 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 please hear me. I know your pain is real. I have lived with pain. I have lived with so much pain to where the point where I didn't want to experience it anymore. And if it wouldn't have stopped and ceased as severe as it was, I wouldn't be here to give you this message today. But I think I am here for the very reason to give you this message. You don't need all those pain medicines. Yes, pain medicines like oxycodone and those, they are for short-term, you know, care of your pain. They are not meant to be taken long term. They do not help you long term. In fact, they will make you have worse pain long term. So please, if you've been on pain management of pain medicine for multiple years, please hear me. Wean yourself off them, whether it's with the help of a doctor. I recommend. I was able to do it myself, but you may not be able to, and it might be dangerous for you. I was not physically addicted to them, so for me it was okay. You may have a physical addiction to where you need to be monitored. You know, so please be careful if you do decide to do this, but I'm telling you, I can guarantee you, you will feel better and you will not have as much pain as you used to have. These pain medicines are not worth it. Long-term use of opiates does not help you. So again, I hope you hear this. I implore you to try to go off these medicines if you're still on them. I can guarantee you, you will not be in as much pain. This doctor was right, and I thank God he came into my life and told me, because none of my regular doctors would have told me. So again, thank you for joining me. This is Karen Lambert with Loving Rochester and Karen's Corner. I hope you're having an amazing day, and take care. And if you want, reach out to me. You can ask me about these things if you need to or want to. If you have any other questions, or if you need any help with anything, please reach out to me. I'd love to help you. And again, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Remember to go to YouTube, like and subscribe, and ring the bell so you'll get notified when I have a new video come out. And go to Facebook at Loving Rochester and lovingrochester.com. We'll see you tomorrow for another way to improve your life one day at a time, with 365 ways to change your life. Thank you.